Hey YouTube, this is Marissa and I'm sitting here with my grandma Billie. She's leaving today, so I'm going to ask her some questions about how her life was growing up and when she was a mom and a wife and all that jazz. Okay, Grandma, so what year were you born?
I was born May 31st, 1927.
1927. And when did you first have my grandma, Grandma Sylvia?
Now, I had your grandma on the year 1947, March the 22nd.
March the 22nd.
1947.
So what would you say differs from me being a stay-at-home mom compared to you? Was it a lot harder back in your day?
No,
No?
I didn't work at that time either.
Yeah, well, yeah, she was a stay-at-home mom.
I didn't start working until Diana was 10 years old.
Till my auntie died was 10. Did you make all your food by hand? Baking, everything?
Yes, I did everything by scratch.
Did you sew everybody's clothes?
I used to sew in school. I made Sylvia's first little dress. But
what was it like growing up when you were little?
I didn't have a sewing machine, so I did the dress at school.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had sewing in school.
Yeah.
But they took all that away. I don't know why. During the Depression, they took away cooking and sewing.
Mm-hmm. What was it like growing up during that time period when the Depression hit?
Well, my father worked at a meat company,
Mm-hmm.
and they would let him have meat maybe once a month. They would let him have meat. The company would give him meat,
Mm-hmm.
or else we'd stand on the lines where they used to give flour, cheese, eggs. It was called the PTA.
Oh.
Not PTA. WPA.
WPA? And you had to get little stamps in order to get food?
No,
No? What?
just stand in line.
Just stand in line all day until you got food?
For hours.
Oh, wow.
Until you got whatever they give you.
What,
If you wanted to get good stuff, you had to be there early.
yeah.
You get eggs and cheese and flour. And sometimes they would give you some meat,
Mm-hmm.
potatoes, fruit. Yeah.
What kind of jobs have you had throughout your life growing up? Did you say you used to pick fruit and stuff?
We came from Los Angeles to Turlock, and we picked cantaloupe
Okay.
and onions
Onions.
and celery.
Did you get bit by a mosquito?
I don't know, mosquito or yeah, mosquito, I guess. Yeah, but we used to have fun. I had a lot of brothers and sisters. We used to have fun. Was that a mosquito?
No, I think it was a little gnat. We're outside. My kids are playing.
My mom had to wash clothes. She had about 5, 6 lines of diapers. She used to have a baby every year. And
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I had 6 brothers and 5 sisters, and myself was 6 girls and 6 boys.
Wow. Big family.
Yeah.
And were you, out of the girls, were you the youngest or the oldest?
I'm a third oldest.
The third oldest.
With my brother William, and then Tilly, and then myself. Then Max, Ruben, Ernie.
All my uncles, all my tios and tias.
Yeah.
So,
No, Teo. Don't do that to... No, Teo.
Mateo.
Mateo. No, don't do that to your brother, because he can hit the car if he goes backwards.
Yeah, we don't want him to hit the car, bud.
You don't want to hit the car.
How was it like parenting when you're in your day and age? Did you get to spank?
Yes.
And were you able to spank your children?
And I had to wash diapers by hand.
And what else? Let me
Take
think.
the poop out.
In the toilet?
No, in a bucket.
In a bucket?
Yeah, and then throw it outside. We used to live in the fields.
Okay. Natural fertilizer.
Then we found out. Then I left it, Grandpa. Because we lived 5 years with my in-laws,
Yeah.
and Sid was going to start going to school.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to keep her in. I didn't want her to go to school in Cupertino because I didn't know how far we had to go. You know.
Back then, Cupertino wasn't like how it was today, right? It was very far apart.
Oh yeah, now it's
Like
so
farmland?
modern, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Gonna make it worse. She keeps itching her bug bites.
They grow it easy. And then I left it that, and I went to live with my mother. And I used to tell Grandpa, you get us a house. I'm not going back.
Yeah.
To Mom and Dad. We have a daughter now, and she has to go to school, and we have to be.
Yeah.
So we found a little house for $25.
$25 was a house?
No rent.
Oh my gosh, for rent. $25 for rent. Can you
Yeah,
imagine
yeah,
that nowadays?
$25 a month?
Yeah, but your grandpa, he didn't know how to read or write. I had to do all, when he used to work out in the field. So all he did was prune the trees. Prune pears, apricots, peaches.
All
He
that?
did all the pruning, and his dad and his brothers too. When we got the little house in Irvington, it was a little, what do you call them, tank houses? It's a little house with a kitchen on the bottom and the bedroom on the top. And it had a wheel on the top with pump the water.
Oh wow, like
They
the
used
ones.
to tank water into the big house.
Oh wow. Can you go, Jay?
And the bathroom was in the back porch of the big house, and we used to share it with them.
With the people who you rented it from?
Mhm.
Oh wow. I did not know that. And when did you get the house over in Janine Court? How old were you when you got that house? Did Grandpa live with you at that house too, or no?
When Sylvia graduated when she was 18 years old, 17, we moved to San Jose, and we rented an apartment for $75, a 2-bedroom.
Wow.
I had all the 3 girls, with me.
Yeah.
But then your grandma got married with your grandpa. She fell in love right away, like you and Jacob. Right away they got married. And she had Bernadette. And
That's my mom.
Marcellus,
That's my uncle.
And then with Julia. Yeah. And they lived in different little places when Manuel could afford. They used to move to different little places until she got an apartment. But yeah, they used to go visit us every weekend after they got out of job, just like you and your mom, Yeah.
And you used to watch Christina, Steven, and I every now and then for my mom. What were we like when we were little? Good kids running around outside?
Yeah.
When we were little, my grandma would throw us outside and lock us outside to play.
And you guys to play with Princess, remember Princess?
Yep,
My Cocker
Princess.
Spaniel?
Yep.
Beautiful dog.
And then we'd get wet in the sprinklers, and she'd tell us to dry out and lay out on the
They lay
cement.
out in the sidewalk, all wet. In the sidewalk and got dry in the sidewalk. I wouldn't let them in the house until it got dried up.
Some of my best memories are at my grandma's house.
Yeah, I used to do all the cooking, all the washing, all the ironing. So they came out with this permanent stuff. You don't have to iron no more.
Yep. The
But
job
we
got
used to
easier.
Iron everything. When I first got married, I even had my husband wanted me to iron his shorts. My mother never did iron shorts, but his mother did. His mother did. They used to wear boxes,
Yeah.
material boxes.
Like a plaid?
Yeah,
like
plaid or stripes or whatever. He wanted me to iron them. I said, hell no, you're going to have to dry them right out from the clothesline. We didn't have no dryer then either,
Yeah.
We had to dry our clothes out on the clothesline, yeah. And my brother Albert put us 2 iron poles, and he put me 4 lines. And
Was that on Janine Court?
Yeah.
What
I
about
remember those.
During the winter, how would you dry the clothes? During the winter?
I take them to the laundromat.
During the winter time?
They had dryers?
The
I didn't have a
laundromat?
dryer at that time. You guys are lucky, man. You got the stores close by. You got the laundromats. You got washers and dryers. We didn't have none of that stuff.
Dishwashers. We have dishwashers now.
My first toy that I remember having when I was a little girl, and I must have been about 11, 12, skates. My mother bought them for us at a second-hand store. Skates.
Yeah?
We never had all those little toys like the kids have nowadays. Now.
So you got your first actual toilet when you were 11?
We had the first natural toilet when we moved to Washington Boulevard.
Oh wow.
A 2-bedroom house. Well, we had where we lived at the thank God, the lady in the that we shared the toilet with, they had
An natural toilet?
no, they had not electrical,
Or compost?
water.
Water?
Yeah, like you do.
Yeah.
Water.
How have you liked visiting here in Texas? You ready to go home?
I'm ready to go home.
Ready to go home.
Texas looks very, very nice. I love the houses.
Yeah.
And the pieces of land that people buy when they buy their homes here. But I love the brick styles, you know?
Yeah.
All the bricks, I love them. Yeah.
All right, YouTube, I'll let you go. I just want to do a quick short video with my grandma. Get some insight on how she grew up.
Great-grandma?
My great-grandma, yeah, this is my great-grandma.
Grandpa died, the girls got married, they all had weddings.
Mm-hmm.
But the only one married that really lasted was Cindy.
Yeah.
She's still married to Manny.
Well, no, Auntie Di's married to Johnny.
She was married to Philip first.
Oh, yeah, that's right, my Uncle Philip.
And they had a wedding,
Mm-hmm.
but it didn't work out, you know.
What was it like when you were working?
That wedding didn't last 3 years.
What question was I going to ask you right now?
What was it like working?
What was it like working? Did you ever experience like anything at work? Like with men in the workplace or anything like that?
No.
No racism? Nothing like that? What was it like? We were talking about John F. Kennedy. My grandma was around when John F. Kennedy was...
No, not John F. Kennedy. When John F. Kennedy, I was working at a cannery when our President Roosevelt died.
Oh, you were with Roosevelt.
And we were canning turkeys for the soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
The big cans like that. And the turkeys would come already cooked, and you had gloves that were insulated, and you break the turkey legs off and put the meat inside the cans.
Yeah.
And then you had an assembly line. You put the turkey, you fill up the can, and then go by. And there was 2 or 3 other ladies weighing them. If they weighed over a certain pound, they'd take out a piece of meat, you know.
Mm-hmm. And you sent those to the soldiers that were fighting the war?
Then I worked in the canneries for years. We picked apricots. I worked for apricots, peaches, tomatoes. Then I worked for the jams and jellies, which we had wash bottles. We empty out all the peanut butter and all the jelly that gets outdated. It's sent back to the factory, and they recycle all that over.
Really?
All they do is put more chemicals in it, and they recycle and push it out again.
Wow, good to know about that. I did not know that.
Probably do that now.
They probably still do that, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
they still do it.
So
But in that time we used to work at Hunt's, Del Monte, and National Preserve. That's why I worked for 20 years.
Wow.
But otherwise it was just cameras.
So were you around when JFK was assassinated?
Oh yeah.
Did they show that on TV, his funeral and everything?
Yeah.
I didn't ask you that the other night when we were watching
Yeah,
that.
I was at my mom's house when John F. Kennedy died. Oh my God, my mother.
Crying.
Were people a lot more racist back in that time?
Gonna give my grandma a few minutes to compose herself.
Huh?
Jacob asked, was there more racism back in that time?
That time, yeah.
Yeah? Is it hard to see it still around this today, the prejudice? Yeah.
It's a lot more or less now? A lot less now? But not in the open?
Yeah, it's less now compared to back in the 70s, 80s. Oh, yeah.
You having fun having Grandma Billie here? You gonna miss her when she goes home?
I
Yeah.
tell them I'm going to buy the house next door.
Yeah.
And move in.
Yeah, tell her.
Mommy, I want Daddy put on the sprinklers first to get wet because I'm too hot.
No,
Okay.
we got to go.
We have to take my grandmother to the
We're
airport
gonna
soon,
take
so we're
the
gonna take
airport.
off.
When you come
I
back,
just wanted to give
then
you guys a little insight on my grandma's life.
Mhm.
I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching, YouTubers. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.